What's going on, YouTube? It has been quite a couple of days. As the title suggests, yeah, I had a good thing going. I was very consistent, highly consistent for like 20 days. Yesterday we had NVIDIA earnings and just gave away all those gains back. Gave back 2 weeks worth of gains and a payout, but that was not before I squeezed out one payout. I requested 2 payouts. One got approved and is on the way. I requested another one after that. It was under review, but then I blew the account, so obviously that payout request is gone. So and today I took 2 trades on the failed breakdown. I mean, it was a failed breakdown, but it wasn't like good criteria for a failed breakdown. It was at this 53.23 zone. Initially, I took it up right when it got above 53.30, reversed, so I got out for like a $400 loss. And then it peaked back above 35, tried to take it again, reversed again, and got out again for like another $800 loss. So now overall down $237 from break even, but obviously down like 1,060 from where I was. So yeah, it's been a difficult 2 days, I'll say that. We had NVIDIA earnings and it was very volatile yesterday, as you could see. Like, it was very wicky. So nothing to do but just try to pick up the pieces and keep going. Like, that's the whole point of this, is like, you just gotta keep going, you know? It's as tough as it is, you just gotta keep going. So we're gonna do our best today with what we got, and hope it goes well. Honestly, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab right here, because also I don't want to be paralyzed by fear. So I'm just gonna take the setup when I see it, regardless of what happens, because that's what you have to do as a trader. You see the setup, you take it, no matter what happens. You know. Did I want to take this after taking 2 losing trades and like having a bad day yesterday? No, honestly, like, I'm like very skeptical and very like hesitant, but the trade's playing out, so I gotta take it. Move my stop down here, modify that. I'm just gonna add another stop right here. Sorry, I know my screen's really tiny, so I'm gonna make it bigger for you guys. Ooh, too big. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys can. Oh wait, this is not the. This is not what I wanted. Here we go. Actually, let me get a little bit smaller so I could see other stuff. So this was yesterday's low right here at around 53.06. Thought we were gonna fail break the Monday low, which was 53.0575. Didn't flush it. Got as low as 53.0675. But we stayed here for like a good, I don't know, good hour, not doing anything, and then finally pushed up. And yeah, this is essentially where I think like right here is where I blew the account. But then I got another one and then passed it same day again, so now I'm pretty much break even with my accounts. Yeah, that's where we are. I'm not trade copying yet. I'm trade copying 2 accounts. I really want to just, again, I don't want to have that kind of tilt if I'm going to be trade copying. I'm thankful that it happened with 1 account. Granted, that 1 account was, had a decent amount of, meat on it. And I was grateful enough to take payouts off of it, but I can't be doing that stuff, man. Like, going on tilt is not good. So yesterday when all this was happening, where was it? So we had been stuck in this range for about a week, and then we sold down yesterday. And actually, I had taken multiple failed breakdowns before we got down to the 5307 failed breakdown that I was originally waiting on. I took a failed breakdown at 5330 because it was a major area, 5323 again because it was a major area. So I took failed breakdowns in both of these spots, neither of which worked. And then finally we got the big one. Reason why I say it's a big one is because that was also the Monday fail, like the Monday low. So I was waiting for us to kind of flush it. Again, we never did. We just stayed here, wicked up, down. It was basically whipsaw action. And yeah, that's eventually when the account was blown. So what's the moral of the story? Like, why am I even saying this? I say it for this reason. Us as traders, we come in here, or we should have a plan, and we should sort of map out where we're willing to take trades. We need to figure out what zones and what levels we're willing to interact with. And so for me, I told myself I was going to wait until we hit this Monday low and did a failed breakdown of this Monday low, which we did. But my problem was I didn't wait for that. I saw this. I saw that maybe there was some demand here, and it looked like it was going to be a failed breakdown. So I took this, ended up failing. Same thing here. When this candle came down and wicked up, failed breakdown of this area, so I took that. And of course, both of those failed, and finally we got the setup that I originally wanted. The problem was, it didn't play out as smooth as I had hoped. So I got chopped up there. Now, maybe if I hadn't taken these two, could I still have had some wiggle room to wait this out? Of course, I probably would have still had the account. But trading is not about would have, should have, could have. It's about, what did you do and what could you have done better? That's the crux of it. So again, maybe I'm doing the same thing today. Like, I took this failed breakdown, 53.23, because there's demand in it. It worked out for a nice level to level move. And honestly, now I'm thinking it's going to fail, so I'm just going to get out. It's not good. Like, I'm probably in steep drawdown right now, like maybe even close to blowing up this account. But you know what? It is what it is. You got to move on. You got to take your losses and move on. And that's ironically what I wasn't willing to do yesterday. I took my loss, but then I kept getting back in because I wanted to be up on the day, or at least I wanted to recover what I had lost. And that's a big thing for traders. Like, we should not be trying to make back what we lost. We clearly lost it for a reason, and we should just move on and like wait for the next day. I myself have this problem where if I take a loss, it's very, I don't know if it's hard for me to stomach or what, but I always feel like I can make it back, even if it's just part of it. And that thinking is terrible. It's just, whether you want to make it back completely or make it back partially or whatever the case is, that's bad thinking. Just take the loss, move on. If your setup presents, then that's when you take another trade. But you don't take another trade for the sake of trying to be back up on the day. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to wait. See what happens. So what is the plan for today? Plan for today is wait for yesterday's low to flush and then fail breakdown. That is the plan. If it tests 94, that's even better, because then that gives us more juice to go back up. So we shall see. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, David, if you're expecting it to go back down here, why not just short from here, take it all the way down here? I will tell you why. Because shorts are never so easy. I mean, nowadays, no trade is ever so easy, but especially shorts. You can get whipsawed with shorts. We're at a pretty strong support area here. So if I were to short, there's a probability this just shoots back up. For sure we can break it back, we can break it down, but it'll probably reverse so far against me that it won't even be worth it. I'll get out and then it'll just continue going down. So for me, again, that's just not part of my plan. I could wait it out, yes, but that's just not part of the plan for me. Like, if you want to, and plus we've been going up, like the broad trend is an uptrend, and I don't want to short a broad uptrend, so. Alright, so I think we get the fail of 53.23 here. Yep. Could this have been a great short? For sure. But... And you know what? I'm going to say this right now. This is not part of the plan. Honestly, at this point, it's going to be a YOLO. Not a YOLO, but like, I kind of know what I'm doing. Because I know what I'm expecting. But we'll see what happens. I know I said I wouldn't take the short. Probably a little hypocritical right now. But it is what it is. Hit the ask on this one. Of course, it's not going to fill me. There we go. Let's see what happens. Let's just see. So I think I'm going to take off 3 right here. And then I'll probably take off another 2 down here. Take that 5. I'm not going to leave any runners on the short side, to be honest, because, again, it could easily turn against you. I mean, essentially what I just took is known as a breakdown trade. So even though it wasn't part of the plan or my plan originally, this is still a valid setup. Again, I'm not trying to justify this trade that I took because it wasn't part of my plan. It's not justifiable. The point that I'm trying to make is that this is also, I'll tell you why. Because I have a valid plan. And I know, like, again, I don't really know anything, to be honest with you, but there's a good probability that the market continues downward and flushes the prior day low. So if I know that that's a high probability chance of happening, what I can do to leverage at this point is, like, if I know if that's going to happen, why not just capitalize on the downside? So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. It's terrible to think that way because it doesn't have to turn out the way you plan it to be, okay? The only reason I got into this is because we tested 53.23. We actually did get a nice failed breakdown out of it, like a level-to-level move, but then it came back, basically testing, and then it's failing through. So once it got through here, that's when I decided to get in, because at this point, there's no more demand in this zone, so it's high probability that it's just going to flush through, and it did. Again, I'm not really phased. The market is just draining the demand at this level. You could think of it almost as like a dead cat bounce, but really, it's just like getting rid of what else is there. All we have to do is wait. This move right here is actually probably what's liquidated. And there you have it. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Got auto liquidated. It happens. I mean, again, was I expecting something like that to happen? Yes. So I'm not overtly surprised. So that's done. I want to see if the good people at Apex, yep, they did. Clutch. Alright. Now we're back in the biz. Alright. Let's see. we go. Okay, we're back on, baby. We are back on. So, since I just proved it to you all, should I have taken that short? No. Should I have just sat on my hands and waited for my setup? Yes. Again, I'm tempted to take this, but this is just not setting up the way I planned. And ergo, I'm not going to take it. I know it seems enticing. This big green candle is continuing to move up. But that's what gets me in trouble in the first place. I don't wait for the setup that I plan. I will say though, if we reclaim 53.35, I may consider getting in long. Yes, yeah, I just don't think we have enough of the liquidity to get up there. I'm going to try the short again. Yes, it's not part of my setup. Yes, I'm probably just FOMOing or whatever. I'm trying to catch the top. I understand. But I'm doing it with smaller size. And again, we haven't gotten to a point where there's enough liquidity to actually move back up above that 35 level. So I think we still have to go further down before we can go back up. And actually, you know what? I'm going to move this buy limit right here to yesterday's low. Is it a smart move? No. Is it better than the previous trade where I had 5 contracts? Yes. I shall be right back. You guys enjoy the music and the trades. right, we are back, and just a whole lot of nothing happening so far. That's okay. We've got nothing but time. Let me switch up the music. Get something a little bit more lively.
If you make at least 150 grand a year and you're still embarrassed to take your shirt off at the pool, I'll get you.
Alright, that was fun. Alright, let's just get back to it. I actually may get out of this short soon if we don't break below 53.30. Only because if we stay basing underneath 53.35, that's essentially acceptance. And then we may pop out of it, and then we rally back to the upside. So I'm going to be very judicious with covering the short, because again, this is a counter trend trade. I want to make that clear. I'm going to work on my charting real quick. close enough. All right. Of course. Alright. We got another. Okay. I would say that about does it. Although the structure now is looking like a kind of like a megaphone actually. So I want to change it. It's starting to look like a mini megaphone actually. Alright. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, it looks like we're hitting on the ceiling of 35. So I think I'm going to get out of this. It was nice while it lasted. But probably what I'm gonna do instead ends, I don't know, actually I'm gonna wait. I don't want to front run anything right now, especially not in these conditions. I moved the level by mistake while I was charting, so 42, 45. Okay, that should be good. I think I'm probably gonna take a small long right here. Again, I'm not trying to front run it, but if this reclaims, this is gonna take off potentially. So I would rather get in at least small size now, instead of trying to chase it afterwards, after the fact. I am kind of skeptical that we didn't flush the prior low. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm skeptical that we didn't flush this low, yesterday's low, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. That's how trading is. Yep, getting some movement. We're above 35. Gonna add a second one. Alright, we're in 2 now. I'm gonna leave 1 as a runner. Testing this area. I'm just gonna add a couple more. I want to scale into my winners, and also this is an eval account since I just blew another funded, so I want to be aggressive with this. I want to be aggressive. I'm sure the market's going to be aggressive with me. Alright. I'm going to take 2 off at the next level, leave 3 as a runner. Well, probably won't leave 3 as a runner, but I'll take off 2 at the next level. I'll probably take off another 1 at 45. And then I'll leave 1 as a runner. So we shall see. Yeah, now I'm trading responsibly. After 2 days of hurt, now we trade responsibly. Not 2 days, but yesterday and this morning. So I'm copy trading one Apex 50k and a Top Step 50k on Rhythmic. So I want to get both of those funded, and then once both of those are funded, I will wait till the payout I had requested earlier this month comes through, and then I will activate some more funded accounts, and that's when the journey begins. So I have not even begun, just to let you know. And honestly, as traders, like, you feel really bad some days. You feel like everything's against you, you can't see anything well, and you can't squeeze out anything, even if it's a solid plan, or you take a solid setup and it's so choppy or so volatile and it's just like whipsawing that you just end up in steep drawdown because of that. I think it's important on those days, granted, because I've been through already two. It's really important to remember that it's all a learning experience. You know, if this is something you really want to do and commit to, which I am, I've already committed, not because I have to, but because I want to. It's a new challenge for me. That's really what it is. It's something that challenges me, something that allows me to improve upon myself and get better. So you have to think of it all as a learning experience, and sorry. You have to think of it all as a learning experience, and all of this is to make you better, okay? And so the more you do it, the more proficient you will become. Or at least when you, like, the more screen time that you put in, the more that you experience, the more you will become proficient at it. That's not to say more trading equals more money, because that's not the case. I'm just saying, like, more screen time will help you, like, get you where you need to go. You could read all the books. I'm sure a lot of people have said this. You could read, you could watch, you could do whatever. But if you're not doing it yourself, you're potentially not gonna gain much out of it, to be honest with you. BRB. And of course, there we go, rejecting. It's all good. Okay. I also want to point out, so we have a level of resistance right here. 5338, or sorry, 5339. We look like we tested it once. We've been sort of basing underneath it this whole morning. If we break through this, we're going to 42 and then possibly on to 45. But I just wanted to mention that there is a possibility that we reverse, break back down through 35, and the initial setup presents of yesterday's failed breakdown So I'm going to be ready to cut this if I have to on the break of 35 if that occurs. Yeah. While that's happening, I'm just gonna do some journaling. Okay, so we have 2 contracts that came off at 42. So now I still have 3 contracts. I think I have 2 limit orders up here. No, just 1. Okay. Let's see. I'll probably put another contract up here to sell.
Order submitted.
And then I'll have 1 contract as a runner if we do break above 45, but we'll see. Actually, I should also be moving my stop to around break even. This is again just to protect the trade from going from green to red. So I'll never let a trade go from green to red. If I'm already green on a trade, I'm gonna stay green on the trade. Yeah, so there we go. Got stopped out of that. And again, we could always re-enter. We could always re-enter. There's really no rush, to be honest. Cancel that one as well. Okay, let's see what we got here. Or am I still on this one? 1, 3. Probably leave that one. Yeah, see, so we can go ahead and re-enter since it decided to stop us out.
Order submitted.
Okay.
Order submitted.
See how this one plays out. Getting some more rejection off of that 42 level. Just got killed with that. Alright, we're gonna get out of here.
Order filled.
All right. Oh crap. We are now out of all positions. We are currently flat. I think this is probably where we see that reversal, where we see that initial setup hopefully playing out. I'm talking about the flush of the prior day's low. But who knows if we get it. Alright, looks like testing 35 again. Possibility that we may crack through it. I'm going to take a stab short on this.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Here we go. may not be ending on a good note today, to be honest. Trading is hard, guys. It is hard. It is mentally draining. Yeah. And you have to exercise a whole lot of patience. I'm just at this point, I shouldn't be doing this. This is, you know what? No, I'm not going to do this. This is bad for my psychology. This is bad for what I want to accomplish. So, again, I'm going to just go in 2 contracts, what I normally do, what I should have been doing, because that's the reason why I've been blowing up all these accounts, is because I've been sizing up. So I'm gonna stick to my rules.
Order submitted.
I'm gonna stick to my rules, no matter how bad I want to get to where I'm going. It's hard, man. It is. Let me tell you something. It is going from having a funded account, having taken payouts from a funded account, then blowing said funded account, watching like thousands of dollars get blown instantly. It's humbling. It is a humbling experience. And then afterwards, you try to get back to where you were, and you're going to try to rush the process, and you're going to end up blowing every account in between, trying to get back to where you were. So I'm journaling here, and I'm telling myself, instead of, blowing the account, instead of sizing up and blowing the account, walk away with, if you're down 1,000, if you're down 2,000, whatever it is, and the account's still active, just walk away, because it will take you much less time to rebuild a funded account that you're down on than to start all over. And that's what I'm doing, unfortunately. I have to start all over because I couldn't be disciplined enough to just walk away. It's tough. And then, just having been there and understanding that, and then having to do it all over. It's a real psychology gut punch. It really is. But we move on. That's all we can do, is just move on. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this to the max because, again, these are evals. And like I said, I'm trying to be aggressive with my evals. Again, is this good for psychology? No, absolutely not. But when you have cheap evals and you want to just get back to funded, you just make a habit for 2 weeks to just take 2 contract size. And it's worked for me. My last funded account, like I said, all I traded was 2 contract size base hits. I got where I needed to be. I took a payout. I had requested another payout before I went on tilt yesterday. So it works. If you can just be disciplined and stick with that process for 2 weeks, just take 2 contract position sizes for 2 weeks. I believe that's how long it takes to build a habit. Let's look this up, actually. How long does it take to build a habit? It can take up to 1 month to form a new habit, but this requires consistently engaging in the behavior throughout the entire time frame. So, I had 20 days of consistent trading. 20 days. I was probably 10 days short of building that habit consistently. I can tell you, once I get a funded account back, I am going to stick to that. Because granted, 20 days, being able to have consistency across those 20 days is actually a marvel in and of itself, given how unpredictable the market can be. So honestly, for me, I look at that, and that's a lot of progress. I'm actually proud of what I've accomplished. Just thinking about that. But now it's just consistently trying to do that. It's trying to actually make that sustainable. So next time, once I get this account today, I'm not going to shoot for 20 days. I'm going to shoot for forever. I'm going to shoot for 30 days to build that habit and just keep it on going for a lifetime. Because consistency is key. Oh, man. And just getting over the psychology, man, it's rough. Alright, let's go. Let's just see some high-flying action here, hopefully. Something got liquidated. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So top stuff got liquidated. Another thing too is like I try to focus on multiple accounts. I should just be focused on one account, honestly, and stop trying to worry about hitting multiple accounts.
Order filled.
Whew. Double liquidated. You know, I think it's probably best to just stop trading for today. Clearly, I'm still a little emotional. Still not where I want to be mentally. And that's okay. But it's a process. 3. Yeah. Alright guys, well, it's been real. Catch you on the next one.